Hello, my name is Amber Urazy, and I am doing my marketing concept on sociocultural influences on consumer behavior. Sociocultural influences stem from both formal and informal relationships with other individuals, and also exert a significant impact on consumer behavior. Sociocultural influences can be broken up into 5 different groups. The first is personal influences. Next is reference groups, then family influences, social class, and finally culture and subculture. Let's start with personal influence, meaning a purchase one would make based upon the views or opinions of others. Personal influence can be broken up into 2 categories: opinion leaders and word of mouth. An opinion leader is an individual who exerts social influence over others and is sometimes considered to be knowledgeable about that particular product or service. An example of this is Bill Gates. Bill Gates is known for his knowledge and invention of Microsoft computers, and therefore exerts influence over most technological consumers. The next personal influence is word of mouth. This is considered to be the most powerful marketing tool to date. It is when a product or service is learned through another individual, typically someone close to you. An example of this would be your friend coming to you and telling you about a great new video game that they had just played. They are relaying their information about consumer products through word of mouth. 67% of U.S. consumer product sales are directly based on the word of mouth strategy. Our next topic is reference groups. These are people an individual would look at as a source of personal standards. There are 3 different types of reference groups. First is membership groups, such as a country club. Next is aspiration groups, such as a club you would like to join. And finally, disassociative groups, which is a group you would want to distance yourself from. Depending on what type of group you join or don't want to join, changes what you will be interested in buying. Our next topic is family influences, which can come from 3 sources. First, consumer socialization, then family life cycle, and finally, family decision making. Let's start with consumer socialization. This is a process by which people acquire the skills, knowledge, and attitudes necessary to function as consumers. Children would acquire this knowledge by watching what their parents or guardians do in a purchasing situation. The next category in family influence is called the family life cycle. This concept explains how a consumer goes through stages in their life where there are different products and services that are prevalent to them at that time in their life. Such as a teenager would more likely be interested in buying clothes and music, whereas a married couple with children would want to buy home improvement items and toys for their children. The last category in family influence is family decision making. This can either be spouse dominant, meaning the wife or husband make most of the buying decisions in the household, or there is joint decision making between the 2 spouses. In today's society, the wife makes most of the buying decisions in the household, so as a marketer, it's important to keep that in mind when creating advertisements. Our next topic for sociocultural influences is social class. This can be defined as the relatively permanent homogeneous divisions in a society into which people sharing similar values, interests, and behaviors can be grouped. A person's occupation, source of income, and education can determine their social class. Companies often use social class as a basis for identifying and reaching particular good prospects for their products and services. Here is an example of an advertisement based around social class. In this Mercedes-Benz advertisement, they state, "The only thing that's not relative, perfection." And in the right-hand corner it states, "The best or nothing." Mercedes-Benz is promoting to a higher social class, with most likely higher education, who has the means to purchase a car of higher quality. Our last topic for sociocultural influences is culture and subculture. Culture refers to a set of values, ideas, and attitudes that are learned and shared among the members of a group. A subculture are subgroups within the larger or national culture with unique values, ideas, and attitudes. Some examples of subcultures are Hispanics, African Americans, and Asian Americans. In this advertisement, Burger King is trying to reach out to Mexicans who live in Texas by promoting their new Texas Whopper. However, most Mexicans found this advertisement to be offensive because the Mexican man in the advertisement is wearing Mexico's flag as a shirt. While it is important as a marketer to reach out to different cultures and subcultures, it is equally important to make sure your advertisements do not contain any offensive material. When taking into consideration personal influences, reference groups, family influences, social class, and culture and subculture, there is no reason why an effective advertisement cannot be created. Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned something.